Alright, so the main thing that I really like about my 3D printer is what I assume everybody likes who gets a 3D printer. It opens the door to all types of new designs, and it gives me the ability to design my own things and to actually be able to see them and print them fairly easily. It's opened the door to all sorts of new gift ideas. I can just easily print something up for somebody and say, hey, here's your present, things like that. And organizationally, uh, all the different ideas that are on websites like Printable are going to be really of use to me now that I have one. So my main problem with the build of the printer was the the input shaping phase of the original diagnostics. Every time the extruder would start to jam into the heated bed, it would make this awful ratcheting noise that I'm pretty sure the whole classroom could hear. So to begin with, obviously ran through, felt the issue, started Googling things. My first action was to try to level the board. So opened it up the back and messed around with the belts, made sure that the board itself was actually level. This was the first in a long line of different things that we tried out. So from there, it took some poking around in the extruder itself, and they replaced. I was getting helped at this point because I sort of got stuck with what the internet was telling me, and so started poking around the extruder, and we had to fix one of the sensors in the extruder, make sure that that wasn't broken. That wasn't the problem. Towards the end of what was the first class, we wound up taking apart the board and the bed rather, and replacing the motherboard that was in the heated bed. So day 2 was me going in, taking out the heated bed and putting in the new motherboard, waiting another 10 minutes for it to go through the diagnostic process, just to fail at the second to last stage again. So once more, called people over, started to look at the various parts of the printer, and eventually they did a lot of poking around in different more specific areas, but eventually we came to the consensus that just replacing the overall motherboard is probably the issue. So took one of the motherboards from another printer, of course, and then plugged that all up, and that ended up fixing that problem. So that rolls me right into what I wish I had known when I was putting together the printer. Firstly, I lacked any real understanding of the different parts of the printer and what they did. I had no experience printing or anything like that when I first started this. So if I had done some more research and had a better understanding of what I was really getting into, it would have helped the build. Number 2 goes along with that, maybe a more systematic approach to actually solving the problem. I kind of just poked around. I just started messing with things. I just started screwing things and checking stuff and unplugging and replugging things up and making sure it wasn't very organized the way I went about it. And third, because I had no knowledge with the printer, I really probably should have asked for help a bit more. I think I was one of the last to finish, which I'm not bothered about, but it could have been a much easier process if I had just, asked somebody, hey, it's stuck here, this is what I've done. If I had gone through that process an hour earlier than I did, could have saved me a lot more time and a lot more struggle. And as far as what I plan to use it for now, I've already made a coffee bag clip that's going to keep coffee grounds clean. or not clean, but fresh. And it's got a little screw, it's right here. This is a whole nother problem trying to print this, but little things like that. I'm gonna start to get into more. I have plans to print out one of those mesh organizers for my desk. I think that is gonna be my next 3D project, is getting those organizers printed out and helping keep track of my my things in my room. So now I'm going to move on to showing you the printer printing. I just wanted to quickly show as well what that was ending up being. That was this, just a little funnel I was going to use as a part of a model for my design project, but I had some other problems printing, so, but yeah, that's my 3D printer.